Eja anopem yam wache mu akwa
ye nia me da ase
na mjiri sa pombo ko de
nyame adom me ho ye
question ba ko edikan a eye awofo akyerɛkyerɛfo ahodo mu 18 na anopɛ wo Ghana ha pɛ so mu hunu no sɛ so nkoda no nsɔhwɛ no ɛbɛba so ana
yo me da mo ase me chietie fo em sɛ mkihia de ya na ko ni mtihia
ɛbɛba so
arehemu wo
that's irrespective of sika munsaka ɛde afra ban ho.
Oh yes, sika na aba no ye betumi edibi ayen sohwe na ebi so etua yen ka ye de amanfo no.
Se o ka se betumi ayen sohwe betumi atua ka modi amanfo na se Kapi modika.
O ka de edibi edika.
Ayinfo na modi o mukai.
Ye dika suppliers on print answer booklets ye de onka ye nyentua ne nyina. Ye omom supply pencils ankola no be use no so no ye ntua o muka. Afe paper ye de printing presses ya mene okasa ye nso ye tua ne nyina aka nti we nyina ye ka da ho a e wo se ye tua na afe nso hwe na nkasa no e kan kitinkiti wo ha e wo se wo tua as you go along so ne be ya obetumi aye nso hwe no se ne yese.
What has occasioned this? What has occasioned all the kaya o so yi?
It's just about delay of release of funds. Because budget. Your budget in your year by October the preceding year. For example, budget for 2024 no. Year in 2023 by October. And the cultural parliamentary select committee on education.
Okay.
And the ministry. Send be your own comedy hona ya present as national budget.
Okay.
And ye no that means ye akotudwa. Na e ban so hwe no bre no so a ye ne omokasa se okay bre ben na mo pese exams no. Ye no from this time to this time and be yama mo na nti back and forth no maka say okay for BECE the yen no this period. So that enables us to also draw timetable no sanyum and then edu hon so ane aka say okay so ye hia sika say ne say dia ahyase ayewe na sabi wo chro koma na untumi nka say okoso no sa na atwe say ene first can bra na so china first can bra me but my catch say me timelines in ni nti the delay in those timelines no na emma yeko ahead to buy those things on credit because and so here no it's not just a day's affair we shall see a few months to exam nankasa a year you were moderating meetings you were trial test you were printing you need a packet for the entire country when you know activities before the exam itself into what case what train amashkana bar and every year you postpone the examination until the goodwill I war between you and the suppliers to in years yes okay mumma yen say ni say na yen fan shase na ban this kind of bar ya betua moka
is mo use mo goodwill a mo wo in times a buy sika no emma ya na sika no emeduru eyemo account mo no you use your goodwill any suppliers no etimi edidile
sanity
how often na yen fan say sense a buy shase say wa absorb e kan nyina no has it been an occurrence say dani de nyina ye the aban demoka aban fasika no mai aban demoka aban fasika no mai
on say normally say onye sika na like okay say bia students na kase tua on fees this can buy in bulk until to me turn your money at a price that is good for economically good for you say na be sometimes quite can even stock especially the me free man on e ba no script envelopes question paper envelopes security mail bags the packet question papers no combination padlocks are use nima p e wo ho a ye de adwuma nti se wonya scan ntem otumi ekra free man on e o matombo aye no mo de abro but what train us scan delays and sometimes even as I speak we are going to have to airlift script envelopes to Ghana and on the boarding. Well, I'm say from with the advent of free what do you call it? Or government absorbing all the fees, no. And I say Nyoma I do a delay and kakra na ya be do some pempens.
So which approach? And is that Kapi serious? Which approach and I would say so my adoptee because if you prepare your budget in October of the previous year for a year the next academic year, I didn't say next academic year first term at least now on second sika betimi edia homboa bia. But in this case we are not seeing that. And which approach do you believe say ebeye and as a betimi aboa waek for us not to hear stories of say this car mamo yen first car mamo any dey kan one?
Well, once yene omo edis kan brain no maybe Ministry of Education entrance around this area and so we have had several meetings with the ministry anyway, but say ebia ye kaska samnia kasa okay yenye timetables na ebia yenyina bedi so na yenye skano timer I was ebe kayensa. But what share previously time na nkola no tua fees no eno skana bantema ye de ye was ye say na onti yenka onti white phone kan so ye say sika bia ma yenti mnyese ye non-profit making enti skana fee nkola no hoba no by way of school fees examination fees no eno na ye de adwuma enti say skana ma na nyoma abeye difficult kakra ma yen
e ka hena sesi amode
specifically on say omo discount ba na yakotua nketenkete but make idea na printing of answer booklets was to the tune of 12.6 million.
Printing of answer booklets.
Yes, 12.6 million.
12.6 million.
Yes.
And no ye care wo
ho. Okay. And na ye to pencils and colandi shade no 1.146 million. And also
Muntiai.
Yentuai.
Tiemfana say 13 million.
Yeah. And na ye to bond paper ye de printed question papers. You 48 million. All right. Nti said I think some weeks back any kakra on my some 2.284 million. Nti I don't know yana what they are called twice kakra say na be supplies be say we credit worthy na subsequently or me money be also on credit so that when monies come in we are going to pay. Me can say yeah release 47.125 o ma sate frefre.
Obi apeso be
gene so when the money comes early, a boapa metumi ejumano sene be ya obi amponti en kan say bibi koso.
How are these delays impacting a kwanya mofas or mudimujuma?
The impact is the fact that you are not able to negotiate your own prices. Because your own prices, say be ecosystem suppliers, no. But say o kota de no creditor or no price open or the mouth. Sabe we need cash out the pianeka. And I feel so guarantees of specific payment lines so ensure that anyhow. Until you are not able to negotiate economic prices, so you are compelled to buy the things at a higher cost. Then the other thing too is
so you are negotiating from a weaker point.
Exactly.
Because you can't kutao.
And I feel so the crafia manonin so no wo assign letters of credit. Now, in signed letter of credit, you must also have the money. As and when they demand payment, no the payment be mao. Until say your cash your tramas cannot bar, then we delay in these areas. Until say your money bar, you cannot ship them. What they far insurance so anhia ebedu ana time na pa home. Until now we'll have to airlift them, from wherever they are coming to Ghana, and that sometimes doubles or even triples the cost. Yeah. So
extra cost.
Yes.
That sometimes will go beyond the line for your budgeter. More budget here for a specific examination period.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how say Ebane Sanwa, what do you do?
Well, you can only cry, but we communicate to the ministry. Say this is what we've done. But once you cannot go there again and say I'm come to review my budget because ABC didn't go right. Well, sorry, excuse me. Most of this year share on ntina ama eka bebre abeda ho. Well, the point is that sometimes you have to cut off some other areas in order to be able to support some particular areas.
These areas now more cutting. Are they not equally important to Jumedia Moody as WAEC?
They are important, but they don't affect the core business of the council.
Okay.
Because OSHA, once you delay one particular examination, you are going to truncate the academic calendar. you know, and sorry, then you be sorry. I don't know anybody who wants. Yeah, it's more why I cry, but it's a necessary evil. Until obi a preparation or barbecue so na catch and so train 1 week. 1 week no so me ready another week. It is not good psychologically for the person. Until I say na there was a be an to me aye. Until a bounce na we place premium on examinations. We are now many can say you here by 28 million. Near to me 8 year invigilators and supervisors for 2023.
Marcus omoko market munso hini before was say almost mai.
We paid some of them, I think, about 3 weeks ago.
Some of them?
Yeah, but that's for the 2023 examinations. One say, you were my friend and itinerant examiners.
Yes.
Omoko market, visual arts, my friend,
Yes.
oral sense,
Yes.
Omo dear came for a long time before we paid. And the agitation that is coming from them, I wouldn't want to say this, but some of the WhatsApp messages they've sent to us, threatening to boycott future assignments and all of that.
Means that can be.
You know, so we say no, yeah, I am Sheba, because then you are wondering what is the fate of the assessment as we go forward. The problems are there, but we are also working. We are trying our best.
Best.
Yeah, that's what we are supposed to do. You can't throw your hands in the air in desperation. You have to work around the situation as it comes.
Money, Ghana Education Service, Money, Ministry of Education, and I believe that some of these issues are issues that usually will come up when you're having a conversation with them.
Oh yeah, head of office, any director of finance, and a few other directors go to the ministry often. Sometimes the minister calls for the meeting. Those matters are discussed. I've been in 1 or 2 of those meetings, and assurances were given. Say, all right, now, say, Penya catch or say, my dear bro, on your classmates, on your tipena, and pay be sorry, our free mass and scan. We cannot afford to do that. Until ultra, you expect a beer or no irreceivable communication or no subbedding. Bro, I catch us okay. Me ma him say by this time, me the way bro, me the say bro. One farm there's not much you can do except to continue to write and request.
But I didn't know here. Happy 90.9 FM, Nasuku Sochi, and Jumadi and the Happy Morning Show, your morning companion, John Kapi, one on here, Kasama for Edema, West African Examination Council, Yaneno Eddie and Komo Efa, a year. A basic education certificate examination ehun sensema ehun ababe he ewo mai mo but the dikan no we dikan am ya rechemu se enya danya enso hwen because ahobabo na tisen ora Kapi
well my de ya koyanima fine because at least say na medical can ya print answer booklets ye distribute court centers nyina
okay answer booklet na dikan ko
normally say na no yeah, the to safe places in a better time, no sooner, a be accessible. Excuse me. Yeah, no, so yeah, printed. Your money be brain. Yeah, said by the close of this week, not printing. You're winning in a packet. Until by a year, what do you call it? Briefing of supervisors, invigilators, and supervisors and district directors also in the course of this week, yeah, now, briefly, I am for exams. By the 4th of July, all things being equal, you better deploy OBR so that by the 8th, you better ready at all centers to start the examination.
To be here and see by the 8th of July 2024, the Nyadanyara and Soriano
BECE 2024 will start.
See, come to be invigilators and Mosaka as we speak now. Because invigilators need there, Omoye. Omo be marking na ebia etire be ka se o ene ye ntwen ne mark wi a na this kana ba vigilators for sikana e won comot
no vigilators omo wie exams na they process the because ebia na obia ye 1 session be 2 sessions the supervisor no e be ye omo list na all their brain so then from there we process the thing and get ready to pay but say they can payment of invigilator supervisors are part of our post examination processes, we process payment and everything. Until we are near Arabia, scanner cano, say a beson payment of Obia, Naya Shasia, Sometimes we have to prioritize the payments. You start from one particular region and move on to the next, like that's in a by a certain period. Not yet ubiaka.
Usually, when na Brian na suku ani etua examination fee and sani akwa West African examination so you know. Na say invigilators adwuma wi a bosomi ahe ene ba beda ntemu ansa na mu de sika ma o. Ene ya yesesa no aban say aban be fa eka no nyina no bosomi ahe na edi ansa na omunsa etimi aka musika.
Previously omu wie adwuma na once you process it on payments, instead of the can ebia na obi one session, another person has done 3 sessions. Ninyina would tally ninyina the command crop. Once it hits our office here in Accra, actually within a month and a half or 2, now you're processing ninyina so then you get your money. I am marking so no marking we key in the marks because you have per script and some allowances in kitty so so until we na say bia one market by 300 scripts. The system will generate a voucher. Now, your calculation will figure near ready. Now, audit fire. Then finance will also take. Once they clear those ones, your pretty voucher no call a bank. What they will ID card can what you can call baby.
The bro so be me no dear.
Oh no, for marking within a week after you have submitted your scripts. Once we key in your marks, now say you say okay scripts in your ba, we'll marking collect 300 scripts. You marks for all the 300. We process your voucher for you. Near print it. Into movie, let's say between 1 week and 1 month, you know, beer agency.
1 week to 1 month, no beer agency. So how much are we looking at? You spending on a year invigilators and markers for a year BECE 2024.
That I don't have the document right here, but for examiners in particular, it depends on the number of examiners who report for marking. If there are what on San Fray, 2,000 examiners, if there are now 1,950 or 1,980 now every report. So that will also affect amount who the ebetua wonka. And often we have categories of examiners. The chiefs are there, the zonal leaders are there, then we have the team leaders and assistant examiners. In Obia, there are categories of payments. And depending on how many we get for a particular year, then we are able to calculate. If that question were, if I were expecting that question, commercial budget year for 2024, I could have given you that figure.
Indeed. Sesi ahoboabo no yade aguso a ekoso a irrespective of eka amodie nyina.
Oh yes, once what timetable idea ejuma. Nti I finish us here. Ye de bibia eto nchen so that we can keep to our timelines. Na ye beye ya famode na ya twen sesika ba na ye de aboye ho. Nti ebia ya shas na we have a little reserve maybe from the previous year or something. Ye de shas here while we request for monies from the state. I think so. Suppliers, producers, no. So, Nyoma was some of the mine the age, man. The mine with the hopes by all means. You betray wonka.
The subsequent questions about 2 or 3 amibus and has got nothing to do with Sikahun Koma Didier, but it's got something to do critically with issues having to do with receipt, BECE, receipt Huns and Sem. It's got something to do with a year and quarter to the BNA with all the or more results in the account. Our Pinuman sometimes reach out to us. Say, maybe more. Oh, of course, me will be the Nidia Banam Simsera. Even my own brother, my own blood brother, Edney Dia Banam Simpacho, more. So all you need to do is go to WAEC and go and follow because in so Yamna Kokoyama. Receipt for GHS and I want them to say.
Or you will BECE for private candidates. I feel you will Ankola or Motro BECE for private candidates. So I'm going to use the old syllabus. So I said this year we are beginning with a common core syllabus for BECE for. Until Omo your website, I'll be to me register as a private candidate. Until register, we don't restrict anybody. What Biana we 1 or 2 subjects our person there's an opportunity for everybody.
Into one Biano. Akonya home.
Oh yes.
So
you register as a private candidate, no true.
Again, Kodano omo results in even bad. Yes, why can we hold you results and any who says some common eto da bia na de bruye tiso ora Kapi eba ne say
well one says sometimes your exams now your monitors echo round your staff echo you specially trained microphone so you deploy omo sometimes national security for Kobe NIB for Kobe until omo the report ba sometimes ebia obi enam nchen or hwe se bibia etosin wo nso hwe no mu no ekoso a omutumi SNN messages omo report until ba there and say yeah mark no near catch microphone say scrutinize strips are efi hase no because obi ama ye hen se bibia akoso na ye hwe na se ebia de enkola na ye no enso ne na se oma afomamra ne dia we investigate what we call scrutiny we are near subcommittee meetings ejuma na edin enye easy nti ye hwe mu ana se bia there's any merit in report na abana ye friend kola no ye dem kasa dia na course o bi wo be kasa hwe ankoso meanwhile obehwe na ebia nkola be one whole examination of about 30 candidates obunya try the crow they are correcting in a paper, they are wrong paper. The same thing, spelling mistake, full stop, comma, everything. Ebasana, there's no way I'll be to make so where they are releasing their results. You have to withhold. Not why investigations. Now we are not say we are convinced say it is true, say might be and fata. That is why we go ahead and cancel. And even the cancellation, there's a committee of Wayeka, was a my green light and sana. Cancel our results. And as for withholding there, unless so we are bibina a form of radia, by all means we'll have to scrutinize then. And of course, you have to withhold in order to give your time, space, I'll be to me at the investigations.
Happy 98.9 FM. A couple of messages. Those who are also interested in the conversation, the Simbia ba Mitsro Adarma, Menza Ebrena Swan, is a name Mamimisa Emfa Emaumo. We bisa say adentina eto da bia echesa ansa na nkwada ne bi no yesi ya withhold womu results no womu ensaka. Is there any particular and as a peculiar issue tie eto da bia nkwada ne bi womu results no a chance na omu saka?
Once you withhold, we have to do we have to investigate the merit of report na abano. Ebiwa was all for chief examiner no ba no be hwemu na catch us okay yes true say we say na after that on see a friend call and say momra na ye ne mon kasa se ne be ya also beti ono so na sem is your word against their word when not that is where the delays come in. Sometimes we sometimes we have to publish in the dailies say nkola say mun share and region ebia is northern region but tamale into mrambish or tamale na enemo ninkomo na say obia etie na so bantem dia ye to me a year investigation in terms na be to me there was a reason the man na release there was a withhold and say council so na ya senior say
another question has got to do with or say as a postpone what will be the impact or the operations of the West African Examination Council if
postponement is not in the equation at all. We from the everything is clear said by the 8th year to me I answer here we will not even go into that discussion.
And the postponement there it's out of the equation
completely
as we speak now. Ora John Kapi Kasama for the West African Examination Council obi bisa say so moko education ministry na omoni mudin komo omo posturing no saying is it indicative of an organization and as an entity that is willing to pay? And again he would want to know for how many years near and a brebiano a breso say a bind this kama mamutimudi mujuma eka ekokamu.
For the number of years, dear, that will be quite difficult to state right now. But I think with the records that we have now, a woman is from 2022 to 2024.
2022 to 2024.
Yeah, especially for us. BECE, the for 2023, now 698,500.
Okay.
No, Abekawe Huna, figure na requested from government, Nti Your meetings now, the posturing is okay. There's a cordial, meeting or more thing as say, okay, I will say, okay, you hear from us. Okay, so I wouldn't say there is any kind of posturing that is not positive. They've always received us, they've always spoken about the issues, and we've always come to certain agreements. Just that the timelines are not kept as we expect.
Just like the timelines are not kept as expected in Kapi, Amia Richimuse and on the 8th of July 2020 for a basic education certificate examination. So across all the exam centers. How many pupils are we looking at say this time around?
We have 549,005.
Okay.
So
500,000 and over.
About more than 500,000, yes.
Okay. And it's one Omudoso. Tena mo kind of doso. Rajan Kapi. Yeah, customer for the West African Examination Council. I just me and I was an person. OJ Penny by now. Near to happy morning show.
So that's it.